Hi, I'm Alicia.
And I'm Stacy.
And we make Trashy Divorces, everybody's favorite good podcast about bad relationships.
Looking for something true crimey without the gore or the body count?
We've been churning out funny, feisty, feminist episodes since 2019. So if you're looking to put some scandalous stories told well into your ears this summer, check out Trashy Divorces, wherever you listen to podcasts.
Trust us, we've covered someone you love.
Or someone you love to hate.
Do you love rom-coms? Do you wish you could talk about Christmas movies year-round? Then we have the perfect podcast for you, Hallmarkies Podcast. Throughout the year, we cover all things romance, holiday, and Hallmark, including recaps of every Hallmark show, like When Calls the Heart and The Way Home. You can also get loads of bonus content covering shows like Bridgerton, Sweet Magnolias, and Just Like That. We are an all-female group of friends who are passionate for these shows and movies and give our honest opinions as well as gush over what we love so much. But that's not all. Every Monday, there are interviews with all your favorite actors, writers, directors, and more. Check out Hallmarkies Podcast on all your podcast providers and on YouTube. That's Hallmarkies Podcast wherever you listen to podcasts.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to be a real-life medium? Then this is the podcast for you. In this show, you'll learn how to open your heart to spirit, hear adventures I've experienced as an award-winning psychic medium and teacher. Plus, I'm going to give you some psychic information and insight into what the future holds for our increasingly crazy world. Tune in every Friday and get ready to connect to the other side. I'm Jen, and I'll be your guide starting right now. You are going to want to listen to this episode. This episode is going to be epic, beyond epic, because there's a lot of reasons why I'm saying this. Okay, so you're ready? You want to listen to this. Tell your friends, share this episode, because this is the episode where I'm going to give you the rest of the psychic predictions that you've been waiting for so long after part two. This is part two. Part two is here, and I'm very excited to let you know, and even since the last episode were part one of the psychic prediction, so go back and listen to that episode, I have gotten way more. Like, I was at my friend's house on a Saturday and she was upstairs having a shower and I'm lying on the couch with nothing, doing nothing. I just lay there. I got 9 predictions just lying there. And I was like, whoa, there's going to be a lot of them. So I will get to them. I promise they're going to be amazing. You're going to be like, I can't believe Jen is saying this. It's going to blow your mind. Speaking of blowing your mind, okay, I am microdosing today. Now, this is nothing new. I've talked about this before on the podcast. You guys know that I microdose when I feel called to do that, because when I microdose, I'm so clear. Like, there's no brain fog. I'm not depressed. I have no anxiety. My gifts are so clear. Like, I could tell you stories that would blow your mind when I microdose. And if you ever want to, if you have a reading with me booked before August, you're going to hope and pray that I am microdosing on the day that you have your reading, because the things that are coming through with the plant medicine are blowing my own mind. Like, it's just unbelievable, the clarity that I have when I do this. So I'm going to talk to you about microdosing a little bit. I want to talk to you about animals acting strangely. I'm going to talk to you quickly about my 1-year mediumship program that I have, and then I'll give you the predictions. How's that sound? Well, you don't get a say in that, do you? Because it's my podcast. I'm going to talk to you how I would like to talk to you. But I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for listening. Also with the microdosing, I'm so full of appreciation. Like, I don't know if you know this, but appreciation is the highest vibration you can be. And it's very apparent that in this state that I'm in, this mindset that I'm in, there's so much clarity and just like unconditional love. I feel so much like appreciation for everything. Like, I was driving, I had to go to the grocery store, and usually I'm grumpy about the grocery store because I hate going to the grocery store. Like, if you guys know me, I order my groceries online and they deliver it to my house. So that's how much I despise the grocery store. And I went there, I had to go there after my nap, and I'm like, whatever. Like, I was fine with it. So everything is okay when I do this. Everything is okay. Like, even with the chaos that's happening and the things that are going to come, I just know that everything is good. Everything is going to be okay. Like, what a gift that is, right? Like, I also had a thought about the internet. Like, people complain about the internet being stupid or whatever. being censored and things like that. But I was like so grateful for the internet, because if I didn't have the internet, I wouldn't have you guys, right? You guys wouldn't know who I am. I wouldn't be able to read for you and help you. I wouldn't be able to work with you as a student, teacher relationship. I wouldn't have classes. I mean, I could have classes, but I wouldn't know people who are like in BC. I have a lot of clients in BC, right? So it's just I'm just very grateful to have the opportunity to actually have access to the internet, right? So anyways, keep that in mind. And I never want to be a plant pusher. I call myself, I'm like, I don't want to be a plant pusher. And it's not for everybody, and again, it's my responsibility to like share my experiences. I don't tell you what to do. Like, I can't tell you if you should microdose, if it's right for you, what kind to get. Like, I can't do that because I'm not an expert, or I'm not professional. I'm not trained in it. So, I mean, hopefully I will be one day. That's kind of the new goal here, is to be trained in this, a facilitator of plant medicine. But I feel like it's just something that is like the new wave of being. It's like it's not even a trend. It's like, it's getting very popular, microdosing, but like the education and the learning that people are being called to, and like their curiosity is being cracked wide open, and just like, what is this microdosing thing Jen keeps talking about, or I keep seeing on her stories. And like, even if on Instagram, if you follow other people too, it's like the new wave of energy that's coming in. And it doesn't have to be necessarily like heavy duty psychedelics. There's actually clinics. I was reading an article out west that there's a clinic where you can, like a therapy where you can do mushrooms, you can do LSD under a controlled professional psychologist is navigating this and organizing it and keeping, very detailed notes about you and your journey. And people are coming there with curing their depression. Like I can get into bouts of depression and anxiety. Like, I go through a cycle, but when I'm microdosing, there's no anxiety, there's no depression. So something to feel about. Again, I can't tell you what to do. It has to be a calling. It has to be like the microdose mushrooms are calling you, because they are a consciousness, right? And I see, like, I can see everything being connected. Like, how people say everything's connected? Literally everything is connected. Everything is connected. So like, I can't even think of an example, but I'm just telling you, we are all connected. Like, people get very upset when someone says we are all one, because we don't want to not acknowledge other cultures and things like this. But underneath all of that, on a very higher dimensional plane, we literally are one. Like, so like, it's very interesting to see how we're all connected, that we have, it's just, I don't know. I'm just like in awe right now. I'm in the awe stage of my microdosing for today. And ironically, I've been up since 4:44 a.m. So as you know, I'm very blessed to have an amazing husband, and he bought me Harry Potter, the Cursed Child tickets in Toronto to go see the play. And he got us a condo to stay in overnight. And so I don't usually sleep well when I'm staying over somewhere else, because it's not my bed. Although it was a very comfortable bed, but it was just very strange, because there was a frosted glass sliding door to close off the bedroom, and he gets up early, and like 4:44, he was like trying to be quiet and like using his light, but his phone light was like being super weird, like through the frosted glass, and I'm like, oh, their aliens are coming in here, like what's going on? I was like, it was super weird. And so, like, super tired. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't microdose. But then I got an email that said my microdosing was in the mailbox. I'm like, oh, I need that today. Like, I just knew I needed this today. And it's helped me so much. Like, also, you have to, like, what kind of brand you get. So I did order another type of microdosing from a different website 2 weeks ago, and I did not like it. I felt very gray and flat, where you're meant to feel colors are brighter, clarity, clear-minded, feeling very safe and rooted, feeling very loving. This one is very loving. I feel love in this energy. So you got to also be very choosy about which ones you try, and have to experiment what dosage and this kind of thing. So there's that, right? But some of the things that are coming in today, like I was just teaching, I just got out of my medium 2 class, and I was doing some drawings, explaining something to the class, and then I drew something, quote unquote, randomly, which is no randomness, and it looks like, I'll take a picture of it and put it on my story. It looks like a soul is leaving. So I drew them like like the stock market thing going up, like, like a chart that goes up, up, up. But because I was telling them you have to plateau. You can't keep going up, up, up all the time. You have to plateau at some point. That's part of the growth. The plateau of your growth is as important as the growth part. And you can't just grow forever. Like, you have to have a break, right? So the picture that I drew beside that was a soul leaving. Like, there's just going to be, here's one thing that just came in like 2 hours ago. There's going to be a new wave or a new group of souls leaving. So remember, with the past 2 or 3 years, there was a lot of people who were passing, right? A lot. And that's why there's a need for mediums. So like, there's going to be another wave coming in where a group of souls will leave. Like, a mass group of souls they're choosing or have designed in their contracts to leave at this certain juncture of whatever's coming. Okay. Also, what I'm noticing is animals are acting super weird today. I don't know how to explain it, but my dogs, it's also partly that we went away and they don't like when we go away and then leave them and come back and they're all clingy and stuff. But like, I just have this vibe that the animals are acting weird. They're just acting weird. And I keep having this vision. There was a TikTok video a long time ago about all the sheep were walking in circles. And I was like, oh my God, the second coming of Jesus is coming. And so the animals knew that something was going to go happen. Like, and if you think about that, like, weird things are happening. Let's be honest, okay? There are strange fucking things happening in our world. And I'm also noticing that people are very dissociated. There's a lot of dissociation coming, or like an extreme detachment to what's coming, or very psychologically been manipulated to think that what is going on is normal. So there's a mass hypnosis going on. And luckily, those two of us are awake and have that wisdom and are not programmable any longer because we've woken up, have to help the ones who are heavily sedated. I just got like, I want to be sedated. Like, it's like the drugs, medicines, SSRIs are all, and I'm not saying don't have or take, like, if you need mental health assistance and that is what is deemed best by your professional doctor, then do that. But because I have been on antidepressants in my younger years when my kids were small, because I had postpartum depression, so I know what it feels like. But it's not working anymore for some people. And so what's happening is like this new wave of changing from heavily sedated medication that keeps us numb is going to more of a psychedelic energy or a plant medicine energy. And that's like the new wave that's coming in as well. Is like, we're going to transform from one spectrum to another that gives us more clarity, that not the same effect as a SSRI, but it's just a different vibration, or it's not chemicals. So it's a non-chemical, non-toxic kind of way to feel happy, to feel better, to feel okay, to know things that are okay. Everything is going to be okay. No more depression, no more anxiety, this kind of thing. This is like a huge thing that's coming in. Huge thing that's coming in. And that could be why Spirit's having me share this a lot. Me microdosing and my experiences with it. Again, not a trained facilitator, so I won't be able to tell you what to do. That would not be responsible of me. But I do invite you to use your intuition. And if the plant is calling you, the consciousness is calling to you, then you can investigate it. But you've got to choose it on your own. You got to experiment. I just think, like, what was that course I took? There was a free, summit on psychedelics. So I watched some of the YouTube videos because there were so many speakers like Paul Stamets and Dr. Weil, Weil, and all these professionals were talking about the psychedelics and all these treatments for depression, and not experiments, but what's that, case studies, like studies where they're trials, something like about trials, and how something is weird about it. And like, it's just so vastly interesting to me that, and they were saying the only way out of this is through psychedelics. Like, the only way out of this mess that we're in, and our depression, and our anxiety, and our doomsday worry of every day something bad's going to happen, what's coming, I know something's coming, what's happening in March, Jan, like, psychedelics is the only way out of that. And again, it's not for everyone, so you know what you know, like, but But I can see where this new wave is going. Like if we've got to do something different, because what we're doing is not working. What we've been doing in the past to help ourselves or others is not working anymore. It's like this new consciousness has to come in on a higher consciousness. So like the plant is the higher consciousness, right? So what they were saying, the only way out of this mess is psychedelics. Like I've said a couple years ago, I think I did a TikTok video, which I'm not on TikTok anymore, but I did in the past, do a video like we should force all of the leaders or the elites to sit down and do ayahuasca. Like make them do ayahuasca, make them do mushrooms, because that would change everything. Like there would be no worried about the World Economic Forum. That would dismantle. There'd be no war. There would be no Ukraine and Russia, World War III threats. None of that would be happening if we could just introduce psychedelics to everyone, the military, everyone. They literally would solve all our problems, because people would know that that's not love, and they would realize that they are love, right? So it wouldn't go. But whatever's going to go down is going to go down. So we have no control over what's going to happen. We cannot control it. So to me right now, I'm like, you know what? I can't do anything about this. So also it gives you acceptance. I'm at an acceptance point. I don't like want to be like taken away or whatever, like, but you know, there's just an acceptance here where I'm just like, well, I can't do anything about this. It has to play out. Whatever's going to come has to play out. So you might as well go, you know what? I'm just going to stand here and watch this burn down, because it has to burn down to be rebuilt. Okay. So, yeah, animals are acting super weird. I don't know what's going on, but they're sensing. It's almost like I felt like animals were becoming more intuitive, but they're already extremely intuitive, but it's like they also know something's coming. Do you know what I mean? So speaking of knowing and intuition, I have just launched my brand new 1-year mediumistic foundations and mediumship program, and it's for everyone. Okay. I am not going to do a level 2 mediumship this year instead of an 8-week course, because it takes about a year to really train as a medium, to be a student medium for at least 1 year before you can go out there and do readings and say, hey, I'm a medium and all this stuff. This program is going to be replacing that, and it just makes more sense. So it's a very integrative program. It is for everyone. It is every other Thursday. I think I said 7, but I can't remember. 6 or 7, I don't remember. 1 hour every other week. And you get trained in a lot of different things, and I won't get into that right now, but you need to go elevate.hersoul in the bio and click on the Foundations of Mediumship link. I have 6 signed up already. There are 4 spaces available. Okay. So if that feels called to you, if you feel called to do that, I would not ignore that call, because like I said, you guys are feeling this big wave of souls that are going to leave again, and we're going to need you. We need all the help we can get. Okay. So you're the connector. You're the way shower, and you're the connector of the spirit world and this new world. Okay. So give me 1 second and I come right back and just give you the predictions. All right. I'm ready. Are you ready? Because these are wild. I mean, I know they're usually wild, but I'm just letting you know these are wild. So I'm going to start from the newest to, I'm going to go from the most recent prediction that I have, and then I'll work my way down, because I think
The Fall Line is a true crime podcast covering the coldest cases in the southeastern United States and occasionally beyond. We focus on the missing persons, the unsolved murders, and the unidentified does that don't get media attention. Empathetic and intensively researched, The Fall Line will take you on deep dives into unsolved cases that you've never heard of and make you wonder why you haven't. Find us wherever you listen to podcasts.
don't remember which ones I've told you before. So here we go. So as you know, I get songs. So I'm hearing, there's like a 70s song called Blown It All Sky High, we blown it all sky high. So I got that yesterday, I believe. And when I tap into that, because sometimes it'll come in songs, sometimes it's just a flat, here's a sentence, this is what's going to happen word for word. This one came in as a song, and it was that. So my feeling is that it's going to be a building that's going to just blow up. And just like something, I see plumes of smoke like in the sky. So something's going to blow up. And it's not always very specific. Sometimes it's just like, oh my God. sometimes it's not very specific. It's like I have to play a game and sort of figure out what Spirit is trying to tell me with the song. But basically it's like, blown it all sky high. So something is going to blow up. It looks like a building to me. It's separate than a prediction I've had before where it looked like dust and papers flying everywhere else. So it's kind of like, it's different than that one. Okay. Then on Monday I received one, and I did post this in my stories on Elevate.Herstal. Prisoners will be released. Oh my goodness. I just had a sneeze when I talk about dust. So that's like psychic information. Like, nothing is random, you guys. So I just sneezed as I'm talking about this building being blown sky high. So like, it's going to have some dust or something, and people are going to have to like leave the area or like have something on their nose. And I feel very allergic to it. So it's not good for my system. And I just sneezed it out. Okay. Nothing is random that I do. No, I completely believe that now. Like, I mean, I believed it before, but I'm 100% aware of it now. So the prisoners will be released from Rikers, or they could escape. But I think it's more like a purge thing where they're like, and this is a side note. I think they've already done this in Toronto and not told anyone. I think in Toronto, they have released people, prisoners, and not told anyone. Because there's this freaky post, and I see on Instagram, people have sent it to me, of this guy who has tattoos all over his face, and he looks like the Joker, but he acts like fear, trying to scare everybody. So we don't want to be in the energy of fear. Okay. We never want to be in the energy of fear. I mean, fear is part of life, but don't get sucked into the things that they're posting. But I believe that Toronto has released prisoners, or like something to do with bail hearings. They don't want to pay bail, or it's not fair that they can't have bail or something, and they're just releasing them and not saying it. That's why there's like this whole bunch of shootings in Toronto. Like, you keep thinking about Union Station, and you know, there's a lot of shootings and random stabbings and things like this. It's just, it may also be like it's always been this way, but now the veil is lifted, and now it's being exposed for like how much, like it's always been like this. It's just not, we didn't realize it, right? We didn't understand it. So here on February 18th, I received these following 9 predictions. I need you to really listen to these ones. These are important ones. I mean, they're all important. These are important. Like, I was just relaxing on the couch, minding my own business, and I get 9 downloads. And I was like, oh my gosh, I better write these down. I have a feeling that when I go to bed tonight, because I'm microdosing, I'll probably get some more. So there may be a part 3 in the future. So there is the first one, and they're not all, nothing really great. They're not all bad, but they're just, you know how I do this. It's like a warning system. I'm like your warning system of what's coming. And before I tell you this list here, I actually had a thought yesterday, I believe, or this morning, that I should be canning food or dehydrating food. Like, it went from like, I need to get a rain barrel to like buying extra groceries and put them in the basement a year ago, to like, I feel like I need to can or like dehydrate food, or get like a hydroponics system. So if you get things like that, just follow through with it. Because yeah, I can just see what's coming. Like, I'm just going to be honest. Basically, they're going to try to starve everyone. They're going to try to starve us. They're already burning down plants, like manufacturing plants where they make food, and they're burning down farms and animals. They're killing livestock. This is part of the plan, unfortunately, is they're going to try to starve us. Like, it's not for a while, so we're good. But like, do you see the connection of like, if you have a thought like I should can or dehydrate food or get hydroponics to grow my own vegetables, maybe I should get friends with a farmer, like, those are preparing yourself. You're preparing yourself for the future of what's to come, okay? Again, I like almost had spiritual burnout. I had spiritual burnout last week. I had to take the whole week off, and I had to cancel like 9 clients. It was just the worst possible week that Spirit's like, you need to take a week off or you're going to get very sick and burn out. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to listen to you, because now I listen. Whereas before I would just push through and ignore it. So I'm like, oh my God, I can't cancel that many or reschedule that many. I'm working my way through the list. So if I had to cancel your session, I'm working my way through the list. And thank you for your patience, but just like, you got to catch it before you get sick. I just forgot where I was going with that, but okay, let's get into like a warning system. Your body will warn you. Your body will warn you. Your intuition will warn you. Like, we should do this. And a lot of us are still ignoring our warnings, right? Okay. So Third World War is still a possibility. I've had that prediction before, but I was told that this is probably going to happen. And then also tied to that is like the feeling that I got was this war with Ukraine and Russia is orchestrated, because I saw a post about Canada and the US keep giving them billions of dollars, keep giving Ukraine billions of dollars. Why would they do that? Why would they not take those billions of dollars and invest them in our own country, fix the healthcare? Because it's not part of their plan. The plan is to dismantle the healthcare system, all these crazy things, and they're slowly doing it. Like, oh, we're going to have a little bit of private healthcare for one area. So they're slowly doing this. It's like a drip. It's like a drip. You think about a sink, and the plug is in, and if every little drip, like it drips for like 2 years, you're going to have a sink full of drips. It's going to be this big sink of water. You know, they're slowly doing it. It's a slowly mechanized psychological thing that they're doing slowly. Did you even know they're censoring the internet? Did you know that? Like, it's all very small. Oh, what's the big deal if they censor the internet? They're already doing that. No, you're dissociated from the actual thing that's going on here. You're like detached from it so you don't freak out. It's your body's way of saying, I got to keep you safe. So I'm going to detach or dissociate from this. Like, so many people are in this dissociative state. And I recognize it because it happened to me when I had the bad trip. So I completely dissociated from reality. I feel like I'm here, but I'm not here. And nothing really, I'm like, oh, whatever. Oh yeah? The world's going to do this? Okay. Right? It's like a survival mechanism, which leads to depression. So it's ironic, but if you knew the truth and you could accept the truth of what's going on, you would actually feel better and less depressed than if you ignore it and you dissociate from it. I know it sounds ironic and it seems like the opposite, but I'm telling you, I would rather know everything. I would rather know the truth than hide the truth or ignore the truth, because it's just never it's always going to nag at you, right? So there's that. So I feel like the war has been orchestrated. So it's like, it feels very, I mean, it's horrible. People are dying. Horrible. I'm just telling you, there's a bigger plan for this. There's something bigger than all of us that's going on that we have no control over. The second one I got on February 18th at 11:30 a.m. was there's going to be a human chain formed. So people are going to form a human chain for some reason. Okay. The third one I got is Pierre Poilievre will be prime minister. However, don't get excited. Don't get excited, because I'm not sure about that guy either. You know, he seems like a good guy, but I'm like, I don't know about him. Number 4, Chrystia Freeland will step down. I will celebrate and do a little dance, but like, the thing is, energetically, Trudeau and her are like puppets, and they're here to bring in the agenda of the higher ups. So once their mission is complete and they've completed the PSYOP, which I'm getting as a PSYOP, and their tactics have been done, their role in the play is over. So they will step down. Like, I think Trudeau's just going to disappear one day. No one's going to know where the hell he went. Honestly. He's done his role. He's done what he's supposed to do. And number 5, China rigged elections. 100%, that is valid truth. That is spiritual energy and not psychological. It's psychic information, but it is true. China did rig the elections. Spirit confirmed this with me. Number 6, I saw a theater in chaos. I don't know where this is. It's a theater. It'll be in chaos. So again, not very specific, but the feeling was there and the visual was there too. Number 7, working our way down this list of psychic predictions. You still with me? Because it's a lot. And number 7 is a political figure will lie in state. However, I have king in question marks. So I've gotten that he's going to pass. King Charles will pass. but it has a politics energy tied to it. That makes sense. So I'm not 100% sure who it's going to be, but I do also have the king passing. The next one, a swarm of killer bees colony. So there's going to be a swarm of killer bees released. I can't make this shit up. A swarm of killer bees is going to start attacking people or like stinging people. Like I can't make. Did you guys know a past prediction that I made about the birds being robots? I don't even know if I mentioned that, but I'm telling you, it's on my stories. If you follow me, the best way to know all of this predictions and hear them is two ways. Elevate.her soul on Instagram and the blog. So elevatehersoul.com. If you go under About Me, there's a blog tab that you can subscribe to that and you'll get them that way too. But like the bird prediction, I said that birds are robots, not all birds, and they're using them as drones to spy on us. They're killer birds is what I got. So what's happening came to light is that they're using dead birds to make drones or make the body parts be robotic, and they're drones. So basically they spy on people. So yeah, I told you, the crazier it is, the more true it's going to be. The more it's going to come to light. People are going to be like, but even if I tell you that, you're like, okay. Even if you saw the article, some of you are going to be like, that's not true. That didn't happen. It's happening. I'm telling you. And then the final one, this one is like freaking me out a little bit. I don't know why. So before I tell you the last one, did you know that in the future, the robotics companies are making robots that seem very human-like. They're making them to be your boyfriend or girlfriend. So people are going to be humans are going to be walking around with a robot date. I'm not joking. This is our future. They're going to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend robot, depending on what you're into, and they're going to use that. That's my girlfriend. This is my boyfriend. We're on a date. I'm not joking. I'm just like, I just can't. I'm like rubbing my brain right now. So I'm like, even when I say these things, I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, this is where we're headed. This is the mindset, the mentality of people that will be normalized. It's not going to be weird. People are so disconnected. They're not going to think that's weird. What? Like, okay, the final prediction I have for you for this episode. Speaking of robots, there will be a movie starring all robot actors, and it will be released like a Hollywood movie. There's going to be no actors in this movie, maybe like one or two actors, but like B-list actors. And everyone in the movie is going to be an actor, is a robot. I'm just going to give you a minute, because the vision I had of this is like, people are going to be so zombified that they're going to go see this movie and it's going to do very well at the box office. Like, this is where we're heading. This is the future, you guys. This is what we gotta, like, I don't know. I can see why people are disconnected and dissociated. They've chosen, or their mind has made them be like this, because it's even too much for me. Which, like, people used to ask me, like, don't you get freaked out by this? I'm like, no, it comes in neutrally. Like, the psychic information comes in neutral. But then after a while, it gets heavy. It's like constant. Like, I've had thousands of predictions, and after a while, it gets heavy. So there is such a thing as spiritual burnout, and I got there. So I knew on the Sunday night last week, I guess, I knew I was going to break down. Like, I knew I was going to have a breakdown. So by Tuesday, it happened. So, like, I knew I had to take that week off. Even though it was a nuisance and inconvenience, I have learned in my knowing, I know myself so well that I know that if I don't take that break, then I will get extremely sick. So now my body is trained to be like, oh, we're getting close to the brink. You know, time to take a break. Because this work is extremely, intense. It's, you know, talking to the spirit world all day long, or from 9 to 1, and teaching students mediumship and getting psychic information. It's a lot on your mental state, your emotional state, your physical body. And so you have to take care of yourself when you do this work, and you have to take care of yourself even if you don't do this work. But long gone is the day where you just like keep ignoring your health and you're like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I need a break. So honor that break. Like, even if you're not, like if you're a medium and you're feeling like, oh, I can't do this anymore, I'm really tired, or I don't feel like doing it anymore, I don't want to go to class, that's your opportunity to take a break and then come back to it. Even in life, in your regular life, okay? So I'm going to leave you guys with that. And if you would like to learn how to be psychic like me, I do have a psychic class starting in a couple weeks actually, and it is on Tuesday evening. So Psychic Development 1 and 2, it's a 16-week thing, 8 weeks, and then go on the website, you'll see it there. No, not the website actually, I apologize. Linktree on Instagram, elevate.hersoul. You can sign up for spring psychic classes and do what I do. Or even better, you can become a medium and practice for 1 full year and get the proper training so that you can help this new group of souls who are the new wave of souls who are leaving. We need more mediums. We need you. We need you to trust yourself. We need you to know that you can do this and that you are going to be a confident medium by the end of this. And you're going to be like, I know what I'm doing and I'm very good at what I do. Okay? So I'm going to leave you guys there for this episode. I actually thought it would go longer, but I'm going to go have a relaxing bath now. And I want to say thank you so much for listening to this podcast every Friday. You guys are amazing. Without the internet, I wouldn't know you. And I'm so glad to know you. And I thank you. And I'll see you guys next time on the Singing Medium Podcast.